Hi there, Simon from simonwoods.com. Faced with 4 wines made from 4 different grape varieties, 3 different countries, and have I got them in the right order? I and ahed over the order to do this. Should I do them in date order? Should I do them in alcohol order? As it is, I've got a mixture of the two. So we're starting with 2 wines from an estate called Mas Belle Eau. Which is in the Languedoc, and it's the estate of the AXA Millésine group, the people who own Quinta de Noval, Pichon Baron, Domaine de Lalo, and various other things. They've got, is it Disnoco in Tokai? If it isn't, I'll probably get shot by Christian Seeley. But there are far worse people to be shot by. Anyway, so this the first one we've got is a 2009 Mourvèdre. Reason I put this first, it's the lowest alcohol, even though the next one is a year younger. But anyway, let's dig in. Now, Mourvèdre can be a little bit sulky, but here I get quite a lot of fruit coming out. There's the plums, the damsons, maybe a bit of dark berry, and it's those on the slightly drying out, cooked side. I don't get any of there's some of the meaty character that I associate with Mourvèdre, but I don't get any of the really awkward sort of sulky sullenness that the grape can have. Feels like it's going to be quite rich. Maybe a little bit more freshness would be welcome. Or am I wrong? Let's try it. And when I come to taste it, I do get some of that slightly over-mature fruit character. It's showing itself in a slight jamminess and some of that dried fruit personality. There's some herbs in there, there's some spice in there. But maybe not quite enough of them. I want a little bit more wildness. It almost feels a little bit too correct. So I like it, but I'm not jumping up and down at the moment. If I were to jump up and down on a white settee drinking red wine, my wife would tell me off. Anyway, wine number 2, again, Mas Belle Eau. This is their 2010 Carignan. Vin de Pays de Caux. I have no idea where Caux is. First one was Vin de Pays d'Oc. This is Vin de Pays de Caux, C-A-U-X. This also smells a little bit meaty. And fruit-wise, there's juicy, I'd say the plums and the blackberries are the main thing here. It does feel like it's got a little bit more sense of the herbs and spice of the soil coming through. It smells okay. And that for me is a step up. It seems to speak more of a place, and the fruit is ripe, but it hasn't got that slightly jammier edge of the Mourvèdre, despite the half a degree higher in alcohol. And Carignan by itself can be a difficult act to get right, because if you pick it too early, it's a bit angular, and if you pick it too late, it goes a bit too raisiny. Here I think they've got it absolutely spot on. So there is some freshness, and there is this. How do I think of it? It's almost like a stony, slightly slaty character that comes through to give some structure to the wine. There is some tannin there, and there's certainly the acidity, but there's this slaty edge of minerality. So for me, quite a step up, and yeah, better wine. And I'm fully prepared to see these wines in 2 years' time and find myself preferring the Mourvèdre. If you never get confounded by wine, then you don't taste enough of it. Wine number 3, we are heading to the Southern Hemisphere, to Western Australia, for Lewin Estates Art Series Shiraz from Margaret River, 2009 vintage thereof. Number of things here. First of all, I get a framework of oak. There's quite a, and I wouldn't be surprised if it were French oak. There feels to be like a slightly stern, ever so slightly smoky oak character that's giving a framework to the fruit. And the fruit, it's got this getting very close to boiled sweet, but still on the right side of that. Black currants, blackberries, a little bit of plum and spice. But as with some of the Margaret River Cabernets, a touch of mint going through here. Is it mint? Is it eucalyptus? Well, I'm very happy to no, I'm not. I wouldn't be very happy to go to a mint versus eucalyptus seminar. I'm sure it will be fascinating. But anyway, that's what I get. It smells like it's going to be confident, but it feels like it's going to be young. And there's a juicy, sweet, supple confidence about the fruit. Doesn't feel hugely complex at the moment, but then that oak comes in, gives it a bit of framework, Maybe the fruit is just that little bit too sweet, if I have a criticism of it. The start, if I were to compare it with other Australian wines, it reminds me of some of the Central Victoria ones. Not so much Heathcote, but more on the Great Western. Those places around where Bests and people like that. There is a mixture of freshness and sweetness with this herby mint character coming in there. I like it, but I would have liked to see, maybe just a little bit earlier picking. I don't know. I hate to tell winemakers what to do. Actually, I love to tell winemakers what to do, and I love it when they say, "Well, you're wrong. This is my job. I can do it better than you, and you can write better than me." Hopefully, I can, but hopefully, I can talk better than them as well. But anyway, I better have another slug and shut up. But good rather than great. I think I prefer the Musbello Cabernet. Let's see whether the Edmeads Zinfandel from Mendocino County, 2009 vintage, can trump the lot of them. Well, I left this till last because it's 15.5% alcohol, and it really does jump out of the glass and say, hello, hello, here I'm brambly, I'm friendly, I'm a bit spicy, and I might be a touch overripe, but I've still got a slight underripe freshness. Because at Zinfandel, if you get a bunch of Zinfandel at harvest time, there are some grapes that are perfectly ripe, there are some that are overripe, and there are some that are slightly underripe. So some people try and pick their fruit really late to get rid of all those underripe grapes, but I think for me, part of the charm of good Zinfandel is having some of those underripe ones, giving a little bit of stalky freshness to the ever so slightly jammy edge of the overripe fruit. Here, it feels like they've got it in pretty reasonable balance. Smoky, plummy, big, juicy raspberries. I don't know whether that smokiness is to do with the fruit or the oak. I'm not quite sure what they've whether it's been in a barrel or not, but I would say it had. But it achieves what good Zin should do. It's got the really lovely, juicy, upfront, friendly fruit, but it's still got some of that freshness at the back. And it's not a wine that I really want to go out and drink heaps and heaps of, but certainly a glass or two, because it has got that refreshing side despite the 15.5% alcohol. I think that would be rather attractive. Only problem is it's a storm outside at the moment, and I'd love to be able to fire up a barbecue and grill something and have a glass of that alongside it, but I think I'll be inside with stew, in which case tonight I will probably be resorting to the Musbello Carignan, but those two are my favourite in a nice set of wines. See you soon.